What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
It's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. We are back today with episode 18 of Frieren Season 1, and the magical exam is about to begin.
How many episodes do you think this arc is going to, I guess, get up to?
It can probably go to like 25, if I had a guess. So like the next 7 or 8 episodes, which I think is a pretty good clip because, spoiler alert, there's going to be 2 parts to it. And I think if they do 4 episodes per, it's a pretty good pacing. So last episode, we got a very much intimate moment between Frieren and her party members, those being younger and adolescent. That is very important because when Fern got sick, Frieren and Stark had to take care of her, Frieren more so than Stark, and she embarrassed her because she was holding her hand, but she was just doing it as a comforting technique. So Frieren, we do not fault you for that. Her hand got held by Himmel back during her journey, and his hand was held by his mom back in the day. So a circle of hand holding is just beautiful. All right, guys, so without any further delay, let's get into episode 18 of Frieren Season 1 right about now.
You know what, though? Since I think Fern is going to be the one that ends up getting her certificate, I think Frieren probably will fight the other elf. And then, so they both have like their own little, I guess, W's in a sense.
Only a handful ever.
Damn. Handful ever. Yeah, that's crazy.
Firing my laser beam!
You see that guy right there in another anime, he'd be suspicious. Back his head with that.
Exactly.
That's why I really want to see how this magic exam goes. Like,
I think this
like
arc is like
types
the
of trials?
perfect encapsulation of like how diverse this power system is. Look at that.
Wow. Huh. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, who VA is that? Sounds familiar.
Kratos!
Oh, hey.
Damn it! God,
Jesus
dang,
Christ.
dude.
Ooh.
This guy's throwing the Rock Lee palms of death.
He gave y'all level 1 moves. Oh my god, I forgot about his VA. God damn it.
Oh.
No, you have the voice of a killer. Okay, I'll stop. I'll calm down. I'll calm down. My bad. My bad, VA. Just give me too much PTSD.
I love how that was a random, coincidental encounter.
Yeah. She said, "Mom, I can't do this alone. Mom, Mom."
No snacks? I guess I'll have to do it.
Of course, your old ass gonna know that. What it is.
It's like, my master was a first-class mage.
You know something else that'd be pretty cool I just thought about? What if Himmel has some kind of apprentice out there too that he actually did train during those years as he got older? Or something, some kind of, I don't know. Some kind
Well, I
of
mean,
apprentice
there's
or...
50 years of his story that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a shortage, but they're still being stingy with the certifications.
Right.
So one thing I was talking to Vante off camera is Frieren is definitely in the running for our Anime of the Year contender. And the one issue, whether it's a nitpick or not, you guys can let us know down below, is that Frieren doesn't really have a lot of stakes, in my opinion. And this particular arc... oh, just had to have that little interlude. This test is only offered once every 3 years, and there are some years where no one passes. So if they fail, they have to wait 3 more years. Denkin! I was waiting on my boy.
She really reminds me of what's her name from Hell's Paradise.
Yuzuriha?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Like even this whole introduction is similar to how Hell's Paradise. I think this is the only thing that I saw.
Look who Fern is with.
So Yuzuriha, Sagiri.
Exactly.
Still fighting.
Janken, bon.
They're just always fighting. I like how they're being like they're really normal, but like when they have to do something, it seems like they just see another thing where I feel like in other shows there'll be like a constant back and forth the whole time, the whole walk. Hey, she got red hair. This is Flom's descendant for many years. many years. Sound design going crazy.
It's so subtle. Why did you think that was the first thing you should do?
Right.
Whoa!
Okay. Alright, still.
That thing is a fighter jet.
Fucking mock, yeah. Oh, that's another thing I never really thought about. So, certain people have like a specific specialty when it comes to their magic.
That I don't remember. It would seem so.
Because I always wondered that with Frieren and Fern. Like, they just be using magic.
Yeah, whatever spell that they need to. They're in the dome.
Damn.
They said trainees die.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you know that bird's serious. That little ass steel can go a hella fast. And this thing right here, I don't know. It can do a lot.
Yeah, what is it running from?
Yeah. Damn.
Get it.
Oh, okay, so she like binded. Nice. Flashback.
Could you imagine being like a deer, just seeing humans fly in the sky for the first time ever? What are they doing up there?
Shit, deers be seeing cars go straight towards them. This, but oh, hi.
Guess I'll jump in front of it and die.
Wow. There you go. But damn.
This gives me very much like Deku and Bakugo vibes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'd assume, obviously, we're going to get into more of the new characters' upbringing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be pretty dope to see. Especially knowing from the people like Fern, Stark, that we had already seen theirs. So, should be some dope stuff. That boy Kraft is really interesting, man. He's pretty intriguing. He just be adventuring.
He showed up, threw some kung fu, and dipped out.
Like, I wonder if he has something that, like, I don't know. There's something big with his character.
Well, remember, he was the goatee priest, the original goatee priest. He was his traveling companion.
Right.
And they were famous enough to get statues, so he must have had some accomplishment.
For sure. And he's older than Frieren, too, so...
He's seen some stuff.
I don't know what that boy been through. But he seems very... I mean, shit. The voice actor that they got for him, like, if they got him, then that means this guy's gonna be here for a while. I just think that's...
Yeah, that's fair.
So, that's interesting. That was a dope episode, though. We started our mage exam. Got introduced to some of the characters. Obviously, I don't remember all the names.
I remember
the faces.
most of them.
Okay.
So Ubel is the green-haired girl who Kraft kind of insinuated that she killed off the mercenaries before she was about to kill off this second set of mercenaries. Denkin, my boy, with the monocle and the so luscious beard. We have... I forget his name, but he is voiced by Jean's VA. I did confirm that off camera. The guy with the scars on his face. And then we have... who else is on Frieren's team? Laween?
Laween, yeah. Laween and... I forget her name, the one that...
I forget her name, too.
Was mostly and then from Fern's group, the blonde-haired guy, we didn't get introduced to him, I don't think, his name, but
we did not.
He's a part of their group, and obviously he looks like a prominent character based off his design, but that's interesting. I mean, this was a good start, and it's actually kind of dope that we didn't even accomplish this first little trial or whatever, or test.
Yeah.
We still got Catch the Steal. Probably won't catch the next episode, probably like in the first half. Because you guys know, Frieren, usually the first half of the episode is like one thing, like almost like its own episode, and the second half is usually its own. So we might end up getting that formula next week. At least that's my prediction so far.
Given the speed that the Stele can fly, how do you think they're going to capture it? If you had any guess, just throw anything at the wall. I know the answer, so I can't answer this.
Right. So based off of, well, for one, Frieren analyzing both of their powers, or, you know, the water and then the ice, I'm assuming, and then obviously we've seen a little flashback with her learning how to fly or use a flying spell. So
yep.
I think that I don't know, because it got out of the ice, but
it was hinted at the very end of the episode. That's the only hint I'm going to give you.
Something that has to do with the like I guess maybe trying to build like this is what I originally was thinking, like building some kind of water-based prison type thing.
Oh, okay.
Like we've seen that in Naruto with different people using water style Jujutsu and other animes too, but that's what I was thinking. So I'm thinking something like that maybe like freeze it and then it can, I don't know, but
okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I got.
I like it. That's a pretty good idea.
But since it's fat, I mean, that is interesting though. Obviously, Frieren is going to play a part in that with her using her magic to ensure that it doesn't escape if they do trap it in like a water, like a glob of water or something like that. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't know if we're going to see Fern and how they do though. I wonder how we're going to segue into them.
Okay. earlier you mentioned that you thought that the mages in this world, they might have specialties. What do you think Fern/Frieren's specialty is, if they have one? I have one guess. I didn't even think about that when you brought it up, before you had brought it up. But I think Frieren is honestly might be like light. Because she is very adept at using Zoltrak. She had this like light circular hula hoop prison
that rope
on
thing,
this
that
bird. I'm trying to think. I think when she was looking for Himmel's ring and she did that spell, it kind of looked like fireworks or like light coming out of the ground.
Okay.
So that's my guess for her. As for Fern,
Fern, hers. I mean, she really is like little Frieren, but I'm trying to think. Well, we know that she's fast, or at least she has like a fast trigger finger. Basically, that's what they said. So I don't know.
She might be like air based.
Probably,
if I had to guess.
Yeah, which is cool because like in other series, usually like you always know, like you see a character's potential based off of how other people like react to whatever they're doing. Like, their specialty might be such and such, and then we finally get to see it like way later. For this, we never had to question it because it didn't matter. But now that both of us were saying like, it seems like specialties are a thing, so I'm assuming we probably will end up getting, I guess, confirmation for Frieren and then learning what Fern's could be if she has one too. So,
and plus they're going up against other mages. So if there's any sort of like, I don't know, like a pentagram or like Nen, I forget the name, hexagon, whatever. If there's any sort of like power up advantage of having a certain specialty of magic versus another one, and I know like light magic normally is like outside of that normal hexagon or whatever because it's more powerful. But Frieren in this episode, it was also mentioned she's lost 11 times in her life to other mages.
Yep.
That is insane. There's been 6 humans stronger than Frieren in a certain instance. I don't know what the scenarios could have been. Like, how did she get out of that? Normally, I think if like 2 mages have a fight, one of them's gonna kill the other one. Especially with Freeman being the Demon Slayer. Like, that is her moniker. Right. So, when did these humans defeat her? How did they defeat her? Is it possible to literally defeat anyone if you have a good enough strategy or maybe like a good enough specialty spell? I don't know.
Right. That's a good thought. Because, yeah, she did say 11. 11 that's a number right there. I mean, obviously, she's been alive for 1,000 years, over 1,000 years. So 11 really is like,
but it is a lot because we're watching the series. There's one person every 100 years that can defeat you.
Yeah, just about. So, I would say, I don't know if this really matters much, but who do you think was the most recent person? Do you think the elf chick was, or do you think? I mean, because she seems pretty significant to make it seem like that was her biggest adversary. That's kind of how it seems like we're gonna build up to her. But it could be like somebody that in her past when they were younger, because even in the I think it's the opening, right? They look like they like grew with each other or something like that.
I think that was probably her first loss, if I had to guess.
Okay, that's interesting though. If her first loss, if something, I wonder. That's pretty cool. Like, once again, I know I say this all the time in other series. Usually, it's like the last strongest person that you fought is the one that, if they were to circle back again, typically is, or not even the last person, but somewhere like in the middle. It's typically somebody like, okay, yeah, them right there, they made me go through hell. The first person, usually that doesn't happen. So that's kind of cool that we have another element of some kind of, I guess, rivalry between the two. So I like that. It's pretty interesting. I can't wait till we get into her story.
To answer your question though, I think she lost to a demon. I don't think it was Qual. I think it was maybe one of the other generals. Because technically speaking, Aura survived the last encounter because they did interact with the hero's party the first time. Yeah. So again, maybe it's just headcanon, but I just get the impression that when two mages fight, especially if they have like legitimate beef with one another, that they would kill off their adversary if they win. True. So I don't know, maybe you can seal yourself, or maybe you can like teleport out. I'm not quite sure of the rules of combat, but to me it seems like you would have to kill your adversary.
True, maybe at some point, because Frieren did they did mention how mages were more common back in the day.
Oh, that's another good point. Yeah,
there's not much at all anymore. And then like only only a handful of mages had got the certificate. Is that what they said?
Yeah, so since this new magical organization has been founded, only a handful of people have passed the First-class Mage Exam. Which it also might kind of play into what we were just talking about in terms of mages dueling out with one another. Maybe they made that illegal because their numbers were starting to dwindle more and more. And then we can relate that back to like Invincible. Like, is that for the best of the population? Because the winners are the stronger ones, right? Right?
Plus, that's another reason why they even developed that magic over time, because when we when we defeated Qual, when he got unsealed, how they were saying that, over the years, humans had to develop that magic. It took a lot of years. It took plenty of years, like 80 or something like that. So the mages, obviously it seems like they definitely need mages because they're very versatile, but also it seems like they lost mages due to maybe battles against the demons or the devils and them taking each other out. So that is kind of interesting. Mages are kind of wild.
One last final point I want to make, and I made this point earlier in the season, is that the timeline of when the story happens is also important, because as Vante just mentioned, with humans getting that protection magic, or essentially modifying Zoltrak over the course of the last 80 years, today's mages are not like yesterday's mages. Tomorrow's mages are not like today's mages, and that is really significant. And I will give you somewhat of a hint. That is one reason why I love Denkin.
I mean, that's a big hint.
You know nothing about it, but he is not a first-class mage. That's all you need to know.
Okay. So I guess he's more so, just looking at his aesthetic, he looks smart. He looks like he's just really smart. Maybe he doesn't have the talent, but he has the IQ. Or something.
That's a good idea.
Maybe that's what, not to say carries him, but carries him.
No, okay.
He got the IQ.
That's his specialty.
Yep. But this was a great discussion. This is a good episode. I can't wait to get into more of this, because like you said, we got like maybe 7-ish episodes or so.
I'm thinking
so. Over 5. North of 5. I'm all here for it. So that being said, hope you guys all have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys all in the next video, and peace.